Hi Cancer, welcome to your November tarot reading. My name is Tay. So during the month of November, it will be majority of Scorpio season, which is your sister sign, being a water sign. And then it will segue at the very end to Sagittarius season, okay? So we're going to see what this means for you and how this will influence your month. So your focus is Mercury for this month, okay? So this could mean that depending on what time of the month it is, Mercury will be going retrograde and direct, just depending on what time. So that may have a bigger effect on you than usual. I'm also seeing, or I was thinking rather when I pulled those cards, you're really focused on learning something, finding something out, like curiosity. But also you want to mainly know, does somebody like you? All right, so let's just go ahead and see what's happening. We're going to start with the beginning of November, which is the 1st through the 10th. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Your plan did not go like how it was supposed to. Like you planned something, but it went a different way. It doesn't mean that it didn't work out, but it didn't go the way that you planned it to. Or you had like some unexpected situations pop up. I think you may have spent some money on something. It could also be like for some of you, your work, like you may have planned to be off a certain day and they ended up calling you in or something, or saying like, hey, we need you to come in, something like that. And so you're like, are you serious? Okay, so cancel plans, something like that. 7 of Swords is the first thing I'm seeing. So there's something you want to know more about. I also feel like somebody's working a night shift, or they're working later hours than usual. And so they're experiencing different sides of a work environment, or they're hearing different conversations because they're around different people that they're usually not around, and they want to know more. Like you're very curious at this time in November. I'm definitely seeing like you listening to people's conversations, like eavesdropping or something like that. Okay, and then we have Prince of Cups. So you're not being, you're not being standoffish or anything. You're not being hard to approach. You're being open. And I think that's why people don't mind talking around you, because they don't feel threatened by you. And so you're kind of using this because you want to hear what's going on. You want to know the teas. Like you want to know everything. Like you're really listening at this point. All right. So you're being a little very like Gemini-like, okay? Like you're being very comfortable to be around, but also like you're getting all the tea. You're hearing everybody's business, and you're soaking it all in, okay? So you want to know who's doing what with who, okay? And you know what I'm talking about. You want to know who's messing with who in the office, who's doing what's in the office, or wherever you work at, honey. I definitely feel like this has a lot to do with work. You could also be listening to like gossip channels while you're at work or something like that. I just feel like you're really like into the gossip. You're not saying anything, but you're listening to it. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the conversations that you're listening to, it's showing you a whole nother side of what goes on wherever you're at or wherever you're listening to. You're seeing like either somebody's karma is about to come hit them in the face, and I think you're actually debating should you say something or not. But you're like listening. It could be like the person they're talking about, and you either found out more stuff about them, or you found out that something bad's about to happen, or that somebody's playing them, something like that. There's something where you're connected to it, and it all happened because you got called into work or some shit, like something like out of the blue, right? So you're getting to know the behind the scenes of something, okay? And the reason why you're being approachable and you're not being like mean or anything like that is, one, because you kind of want to connect to everyone, because I feel like you're around people that you're usually not around, and you don't want to be like a threat or anything like that. Also because you're just there to do what you got to do, like in and out. Like you don't really have time to be trying to make beef with anyone. Also because Scorpio season, just with this time, I just feel like you are comfortable. Like you're just comfortable in this setting because it's, again, your sister sign. And 3 of Swords, because you want to keep hearing all the tea, and you don't want to ruin that by, being letting them know who you are, or letting them know that you know that person, or whatever the case is. Like you just want to be neutral, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and see who's around you in the beginning of November. Now, you may not know these people's signs just because I feel like they're people that you're not normally around. All right, so we got Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. All right, you're showing up as son of earth. So you're showing up as somebody who is, worried about their money. They're there to work. Like I said, I definitely think that's your job. And you're like just business oriented. And so people don't find any threat with that. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at you like, are they going to go tell, or they're being wish-washy, or they're being two-faced. None of that. Like, you're just working, but you're listening. That's what I'm seeing. Somebody just doing their work and, listening to all the gossip. The other people are showing up as love. So you could be noticing that somebody is flirting with someone that is already in a relationship, or you're watching these two people like flirt. They could also just be talking about, friendly things, but I also feel like somebody is like doing some shit that if you told somebody else, it would not end well. So that's very, very interesting. This is one of the most animated readings that I've done this month. Let's keep going. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the middle of your November. All right, so the middle of your November is the 11th through the 20th. All right, so at the bottom of the deck we have strength. All right, so I think you're making some really good moves by moving in silence, but also getting your work done, or whatever the case may be. Like, I feel like you're feeling really good. You're feeling healthy and all of that good stuff. We have the Six of Wands here. So I actually feel like you're getting applauded, whether it's at work or online or something. Like, you're getting a lot of recognition for something you did. Like, especially if you picked up somebody's slack in the beginning of November. People are like, hey, like, thank you so much for doing that. It really worked out. You may be getting a reward for that. But I feel like people are just like, that was so cool of you to do, like, good job, great job, or whatever. So during this time, you're remembering everything you saw whenever you were around whoever those people were. You're remembering what you saw, and I kind of feel like you're kind of like, it's starting to bubble within you, and you're like, oh shit, like, what do I do with this? I don't know what to do with this information. But you decide not to do anything. You decide to keep it to yourself. You decide not to, take action and go forward with that. All right, so let's dig deeper. Let's see what all this is about. All right, so you're having success in your own home life, and if you're married, you're having success there. I feel like there's a situation with you, like you took one for the team, or I can't think of like the word that I'm looking for, but you did something that helped keep everything like together. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was at work or at home, things are just going really good for you specifically. Okay. And so you're remembering that secret, okay? Or you're remembering what you saw that nobody else saw because they thought you didn't care. You're like, honey, I know what you did last summer. Or I know what you did last night. Or I know what you did last week. Whatever the case is, you're like, I remember, okay? So you know that you have all this ammunition. You know that there is something that you could really spill the tea on, and somebody would be in a world of trouble, okay? But you're like hesitating. You're like, man, I don't know if I should do that. Experience tells me to stay out of people's business. But at the same time, I got the tea. I know, like, I saw it. And you're like really like debating, what should you do with this? What should you do about this? So the reason you're not saying anything at this point is because you want to keep everything, you want to keep getting along with everyone, and you want to be able to not have no drama at work, okay? I'm also seeing with the Ten of Wands here, you know that if you say something, it's going to be conflict, it's going to be struggles, it's going to be so many like fiery situations happening, and you don't want to deal with those issues. You really just don't want to deal with that. Let's see who's around you in the middle of your November. So I'm seeing a Pisces here. Could be that same Pisces from the beginning of November. And I'm also seeing an Aries, okay? So you may have helped somebody out at work who is an Aries. You're like, man, they're like, thanks for looking out, you know what I'm saying? And Pisces was the one that you were working with that I think both of you guys have in common. And you're like, you might want to watch out for that Pisces. But you're not saying anything. But you got your eye on both of these people. All right. You're coming up as joy, okay? You're being very, comfortable. I think you're just, letting things flow. You're even still getting along with that Pisces. The person from the beginning of the month, They're very comfortable, okay? They feel nice, cozy, like everything is fine, everything is the way that it should be. And then there's somebody who's really focused on their money. They're focused on their job, their work. And they don't really see anything bad because they're just focused on their money. So whoever this person is, I don't think they see what's really going on. I think they're like fixated on something else. Let's go ahead and move on to the end of your November. So the end of November is the 21st through the 30th. All right, so it looks like some shit is about to hit the fan, okay? So I'm seeing King of Swords here in reverse. I personally think this is someone who is being very rude, who is cussing, who is lighting shit up with their words. They're being very condescending. They could also be very sarcastic, okay? And it's going to be right at the cusp of when Scorpio season is right about to finish, okay? So it's like when all that stuff that was hidden comes up, somebody's about to be, being very, very upset about something. You're probably going to hear people arguing. You're going to hear about a breakup or something like that along the lines. Three of Cups in reverse. Something with cheating comes about. Something with cheating comes about. Third party situation is exposed. It's you knew that this was going to happen though. You remembered that conversation. You saw, you heard whatever was happening. Okay, you knew about this. You saw this with your own eyes. And I think you feel bad that you didn't say something sooner. Or if you were a part of this scandal, you feel bad that you were a part of it, okay? But I do think it's more about you seeing and not saying something. You feel bad about it. All right, so let's dig deeper because now stuff is starting to hit the fan, okay? Yeah, Five of Cups. Yeah, you regret. If you were a part of it, you regret, you feel like you were a part of it because you knew it was happening, but you didn't say anything. Some of you were literally a part of it and you feel like shit because of it now. Like you feel really, really bad that you even went through with it. Or maybe the person found out that you knew and you didn't say anything and now they don't want to be your friend. Yeah, Four of Swords. They're not talking to you. Somebody's like, you didn't tell me, or they're not talking to you because you knew or you did it. Somebody's not talking to you. Somebody's very upset. Ten of Swords. You're upset because you really were conflicted with if you should say something. You kept going back and forth. You wanted to say something, but it was like you didn't know what to do. You were confused. You were conflicted. And you had a lot of anxiety about this. And at the end of the day, you decided not to say anything. And now you feel like, God damn it. Like, I should have said something. I should have said something. Yeah. You knew that somebody was starting something new. Like, you knew someone was doing something they didn't have any business. They were starting a romantic or sexual, interaction. And you knew it was with someone who, it's like they're very dominant in how they are. Like, they know how to attract someone. Like you just knew all of this. You knew that it was all sexual, or you knew it was too flirtatious. It was too too much, and you didn't want to do it. You remember seeing how how fiery they were being, and you didn't do anything about it. Or if you were the person that this person was flirting with, you knew that they were doing too much and you decided not to tell your friend. Because I feel like you have a friend who is a part of the relationship and they got cheated on, and they're like, how are you my friend and you didn't even let me know? Or something like that. So I just feel like you think that you're kind of guilty, or you feel bad that it went down that way. All right, let's see who's a part of this situation. We have that Sagittarius coming up, or a Sagittarius coming up. I also feel like you have news that's coming out of the blue. Like, it's going to just come out and hit you in the face, and you're like, God damn it, I should have controlled the narrative before. Now it makes me look bad that I didn't say anything. I feel like you have somebody coming at you kind of strong, though. You're showing up as love. You're showing up like you don't want to fight with this person. You feel really bad. You want to make things right with this person. This person is showing up as loyalty. Like, they feel that this was a loyal situation where you should have been loyal to them, and they don't appreciate it. And I mean, this is the Taurus card, and once Tauruses are done, they're pretty much done. Like, there's not really changing their mind. So they're really upset with you right now. So it looks like this is going to spill over into Sagittarius season. Like, it's going to get bigger, and we'll see how this goes for you. But this is the end of November for you. So I kind of feel like it's just like the end of a chapter. We're going on to the next one. What advice can I give you? because this is like, it just ended, but I don't know if there's anything you can do. I know you want to make things better. I think this person, they're not angry, like yelling at you, but they feel disappointed in you, you know, and that's what really sucks, because they're like, man, like I really trusted you, type of thing, and now they're just staying silent, you know. I don't think they're trying to tarnish your name, but I do think they feel like they cannot trust you. So your advice is 6 of Cups. I think you need to be real about how everything went down, why you didn't say anything, and then also like do something that they will see, like only they will know that it's you trying to reach out to them on a friend level or whatever, and like make them remember why you guys are friends in the first place. All right, so let's go ahead and get your oracle card for this month. What did we learn? Moving on. So a lot of 6s here, okay? So 6s are actually good. So you may have learned and got something better than you think with this month. You're definitely moving on to exposing something. I feel like you're going to be more honest and open about, you know, the things that are happening so that this person can trust you. You could also be moving away from this friendship or whatever the case may be, but you're moving on nonetheless. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. You definitely had all the tea this month, okay? But next time, I think you got to play your cards a little bit better, okay? But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.